So I have played. Let's go through the Final Fantasies I've played. I played 1. I can't remember if I've played 2 or 3.
You had Final Fantasy Origins, didn't you?
Origins, yeah. So that's got 5 on it, right?
No, Origins has 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Okay. So I will say that I've played 2 and 3. But probably casually, I couldn't tell you a thing about it.
I played them recently, and I can't tell you anything that happened in those games. 3 had a submarine and like a water part, and 3 had a lot of stuff going on for it. Like for an NES or for a Famicom game, like that game was as robust as it could be. I can't tell you. And it was the first game to have the like a proper job system in it. And it's like you can't. The first one has a job system, but once you pick your job, you're married to that job.
Right.
But three had the hey, you can change your job, which you needed to do at times in that game. But I can't tell you what happened story-wise. I cannot remember.
Right. So I guess North America did a good thing by skipping over those 2. I guess. Who knows? I played 4. Obviously, that's 4 and 6 are probably, the required playing for somebody trying to get into it. Although, to be fair, that's going to be for the older school type people, because I feel like younger people, it's like 7 is their entry. 7 and 8.
And this is younger speaking relatively. I mean, like if I were going to show JC, the son of Chaser, if I were going to show JC a Final Fantasy, I showed him the first. I showed him the first one. He started playing the first Final Fantasy game. I was like, we have to have reading time every day. If you want to play this game for half an hour instead of reading, I have no problem with that. And he
taught him to read.
Yeah, he was playing that for a while. He got off it for a second because he's like much like every other 10-year-old on the planet. He is very hard in the Roblox.
I haven't played it.
But he does get interested when he sees me playing games like that. So I mean that's all I gotta do is set the Steam box up in his room and just be like, hey, you want to play Final Fantasy? Go for it. 5, I know I've played it. Can't tell you much about it. 6, of course. That's the GOAT. It's goated with the sauce. If you have a problem with that, feel free to destroy us in the comments. All right, 7. Obviously, Son of Chaser hates it right now. 7 is the reason I jumped ship from Nintendo to get a PlayStation, so there's that. A wound that took forever to heal over. Square didn't make another. They skipped the Nintendo 64. They're like, we're not releasing anything for that system.
We're not wasting a game on this system. They get it. 6 was gonna come out on it, but it didn't. It just didn't, and here we are. Because they wanted the disc technology, because they were working with Sony anyway.
7, you mean?
7. My mistake. 8's a great one too. 8 is great.
People hate the draw system for Magic, or they don't like it. I also think 8 is one of those games. 8 is a game that is broken if you know how to break it. And so, to me, figuring out, because that's how like Final Fantasy 2 was broken. Like in Final Fantasy 2, the way that you level up is, whichever function you perform the most often, that's what levels up. Which is a good system. You think, like, if you're constantly using a sword, you would get better at using a sword. If you're constantly using magic, you get better at using magic or whatever.
So whatever it is you decide you want to do or happen to do, it just levels it up.
Right. So the way to break that game is attack yourself and heal yourself, and then you can get super over leveled for attacking. And so like someone figured that out, and it's like, boom, broken game.
Attack yourself.
And then there's a similar thing for Final Fantasy VIII, because you don't get experience and gold in the same fashion as that. And also, I think the enemies are scaled, so the more time you spend leveling yourself up on Final Fantasy VIII, like the harder the game gets.
Take it right.
And I started playing 9. 9's good. They sort of went back to their, let's give it more of a traditional Final Fantasy experience.
All right, the classic send-off from the PlayStation 1 generation. I played it. don't recall. I don't think I finished it, but I did play it. I have a copy of it.
I liked what I played when I started playing. It's not that I got distracted. I mean, I probably did get distracted, but I definitely was shifting away from playing my Xbox until I completely abandoned the Xbox.
Take a left.
Most recently,
I think. Yeah, take a left.
but that game was on Xbox, the pay service or whatever. So I was like, I'll start digging into this. I dug into that. I got pretty far in Yakuza as well. And yeah, that's that.
I love Rad Chaser. He is handsome and smart.